Hello there everybody, and welcome to an important Alex Ellis channel update regarding the future of my YouTube channel. Now if you saw the title of this video and started to panic slightly, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not leaving YouTube, I'm still going to be here. The thing though that I do need to talk about is that there is something significant about to happen that is going to seriously affect my online presence. Now many of you will know that I've been running this YouTube channel now for nearly 9 years, and you know, this channel has taken me through high school and university and so forth. Now, I left university at the end of 2019 after completing my degree, and what you may not know is that I've been unemployed ever since then. Obviously, the pandemic hasn't helped because it made an already tough job market even tougher, but basically I've been on job seeker support for the last 18 months whilst I look for work. Fortunately, it hasn't had too much of a financial constraint on me because I live at home with my parents. So a lot of things like paying bills and that is all taken care of. I don't have to worry about that. I have 2 parents who work. That's not a problem. But obviously though, being on the benefit is not a career choice and it's not sustainable long term. But that's all about to change because I've now found some work. Full-time, Monday to Friday job. Now, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to tell you what the job is or who it's with, just a privacy thing. But I have now got this job, and that is going to affect the amount of time that I can dedicate to my online work. I will always have a presence online. It's what I do, and all of my stuff I do with my filming and my photography is a hobby, and that's how I want to keep it, is a hobby. I mean, I know there are some people who can make their hobbies into their careers. I don't want to do that, I wouldn't do this for a career. I much prefer to keep my hobbies as my hobbies. They're the things that I do to kind of like to get away from everything else that's happening in the world, Have some coffee. But no, it's like whenever things, there's something stressful or something, or I'm just not in a good mood, it's nice to be able to go and put my time and energy into something that I enjoy doing and not have to worry about anything else. That's what hobbies are for, and that's how I want them to be. But the thing about hobbies is that they have to come secondary to everything else. That's just the way it works. So I need to put my time and energy into work and not necessarily as much into online content. But I'm not going to completely disappear. I'll still be making the occasional bits of content mainly focused on weekends. I'm also hoping that with the extra money that having a job is going to bring in, I might be able to buy some decent software to actually do proper screen recording on my computer, which I'm currently not capable of doing. The only way that I can make videos on my computer currently is by pointing the camera straight at the screen. Whereas I'd like to be able to get some proper software for actually just recording what's on the screen so that I can actually do some more analytical videos and discussion videos. Because I have some topics that I would like to talk about that I haven't done purely because I don't have the software for it. And I'm hoping that that's something I can do. I'll also be keeping up with the level crossings and the car washes. I haven't done much for level crossings lately, but there's 3 level crossings that are currently having upgrade works done to them on the Hutt Valley line. I've already filmed them since they've been upgraded, but they're now having the old pedestrian gates added. So, and I'm waiting for them to finish that work before I go and film them again. There's also so there will be more level crossings later in the year. I'm also going to keep up with the car washes. I've got more in mind that I'd like to film, so there's that. In terms of buses, I'll still be keeping up with buses. We've got more new buses on the way to Wellington later this year, so that will be something else for me to go out and film and photograph, and hopefully I should be able to do that on the weekends. The only thing I think that's going to be difficult for me is lifts, which is kind of strange considering that lifts was the main reason for starting this channel in the first place. The thing about lift content is that I have stepped back a little bit from that in recent years. And that's because living in Wellington, there's only a finite number of lifts in Wellington to film. You know, and I don't want to go out and overdo it and film loads of lifts in one sitting, because then I might find I don't have anything to film for the next 6 months until something else gets replaced or modernised or something new gets built. So I try to stagger it a little bit as much as I can so that I actually have stuff to film. And the other problem with living in Wellington is that most of the lifts in Wellington are in office buildings, etc., on places that are only open sort of, you know, Monday to Friday. And obviously I'm not going to be filming those if I'm at work, you know. So so any lift filming that I do over the next wee while is going to be a lot more focused on stuff I can do at weekends, like shopping centres, car parks, you know, things like that. I'm hoping that there will be still be some stuff for me to film, but I think the lifts is where it's going to really slow down, you know, and that's the thing. But the good thing is, though, is that I'm not the only person filming lifts in Wellington. I used to be, when I first started doing this, I was. But there's plenty of other YouTubers now who are making lift videos in New Zealand, and a lot of them have made videos in Wellington. Some of them even live in Wellington. So you'll still be getting your lift content from those other great YouTube channels whose names I cannot remember for the life of me. I should have written them down so I could give them a shout out, I'm sorry. But there are other great YouTube channels who you can check out for great lift content from New Zealand. You know, so you're not going to be missing out. You just might be getting that content from someone else rather than from me. But like I say, I'm not stopping filming lifts. It's just if now, obviously, you might be thinking, well, there is an obvious solution to your lack of content problem, which is to go further afield and go and film in a different city, which I would love to be able to do. Unfortunately, with the amount of money that I currently get from the job seeker benefit, that's not enough for me to make a trip somewhere to a different part of the country. It's just not feasible. But I'm hoping that maybe with the extra money that I'm going to have coming in from doing this job, that maybe one day in the future I will be able to take a week's leave and I will be able to go to a different part of the country. Something I'd really like to do is I'd love to see more of the South Island. I haven't seen that much of the South Island. I'd love to see more of it. You know, I've never been to Dunedin. And I haven't been to Christchurch for a very long time, but they can wait. The trip I want to do, believe it or not, is I want to go down to Nelson. What I'd love to do is go down on the ferry, you know, go down into Islander, take my car over and drive down to, and then drive to Nelson. And then while I was there, I could do a car wash video, because I'm really, really keen to film a Ryco Radius. But they only have Ryco Radiuses on the South Island, because it's the only place Caltex installed them was on the South Island. So, and I really want to do one, because I actually quite like the Radius. So I'd love to, and there's 2 of them in Nelson, and they're quite new as well. They're both 2017 models. So I'd love to go down to Nelson and actually try those out. That is kind of like the dream goal at the moment. But yeah, but that's the way it has to be, unfortunately. I'm still going to have a YouTube presence. I'm still going to be active on my social media. My Instagram, that's also going to take a massive hit. At the moment, I post on Instagram 5 days a week. I do regular content from all my main interests on Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays I have my regular Friday feature, which is Fire Alarm Friday. Now my Instagram is going to take a hit. Not really going to talk any more about Instagram here. I'm going to make a separate video and put that on IGTV to talk about my Instagram on there. So on there. So that's kind of the way that that's going to be. But if you haven't followed the Alex Ellis Channel official Instagram, make sure that you head over and do that, because that is very much that is a great way to keep up to date with what I'm doing. And also in terms of my other things, like the fandom pages that I run over on Fandom, or the Facebook page that I run, you know, Bus and Transport Enthusiast NZ, I'm still going to keep running those. I'm going to keep doing that, keep posting bus news on my Facebook page, keep posting photos, etc. You know, and I'm still going to keep doing that, you know, and keep doing what I love. I'm just not going to be doing it as often as I used to, simply because I'm not going to have the time. You know, it's kind of going to be like what it was back when I first started YouTube, you know, when I was at school, you know, Monday to Friday, so I wasn't really filming anything during the week. I was really only filming either at the weekend or in the school holidays, you know, so it's going to be kind of like that. And, you know, and like I said, if I can get some software, if I can do some analytical videos, that would be great, you know, and I'm currently working through possible ideas for videos that I can do in the future, you know. So this is not a goodbye, this is not a departure, this is just change. And, you know, change can be scary, but change can also be good, you know. And, you know, you've got to accept the fact that when I started this YouTube channel, I was, what, 14, and whereas now I'm literally just a couple of weeks away from turning 23, you know. You know, and as a 23-year-old adult, I've got to get my life sorted. And, you know, I've got to get out there and get into the working world. You know, that's the nature of it, unfortunately. You know, or fortunately, you know, it depends on how you look at it, really. Well, it's not really fortunately or unfortunately. That's just the way that life works, you know. That is the way that it has to be, you know. And I've got to put this second to that, you know. You know. And after 18 months of being on the unemployment benefit, to be handed this job opportunity, even if it is just a 9-month contract, I've got to grab the opportunity with both hands, and I've got to take it. You know, there's no choice in the matter. I've got to take this opportunity. So that's what I'm going to do. So I just thought I'd make this video, let you guys know what's going on, so that you don't just see a spontaneous drop in the amount of content I'm making, or that I don't just suddenly change what I'm doing without telling you guys. You know, I think after this many years of being on YouTube, I at least owe it to my audience to keep them informed with what I'm doing, you know. But anyway, I've been rambling on about this for far too long. So that's pretty much it. That's my announcement. So yes, that's my announcement. That's the way things are and the way things are going to be in the future, and a little bit of an insight into what I hope I can achieve in the future if I keep my head down and get some money saved up and and do various bits and pieces. I mean, so yeah, that's it. I was about to bring up another point there, and then I realised, no, I've been talking for long enough, so I think we'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you to those of you who continue to watch and support the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.